A little bit about just Greg Monroe's first action with you guys. Just what you see in him?
Just what you thought. I mean, I think he's, it'd be really hard to basically not be in the locker room at all until 35 on the clock, and I'm talking to the team for the first time. That's the first time you're sitting there, and for him to come in and we simplified what we're doing for the most part, just to certain actions that we had talked to him about. I thought he did a really good job. We'll continue to get more used to playing with him.
Yeah, you mentioned before the game that you weren't sure whether or not you were going to play him or not. Just what ultimately made you decide to go with him?
I just looked at some sub patterns from them and some sub patterns from us, and thought Tice might be able to guard on the perimeter some, and I think that's something that we got to get to some anyways, because I think Tice can rebound against smaller guards, especially on the offensive glass. He had a few unfortunate bounces in overtime, otherwise he would have had 2 tip-ins. And then I think he can move his feet well enough to guard guards. So, we obviously didn't play Shemi tonight, but he's a big part of our rotation, a big part of who we are. And so I think we're going to be a little bit in an experimentation mode for a while.
And one of the experiments you had tonight, because you had Greg, was that big lineup where everyone was 6'7" and tall except for Terry Rozier. Talk about what you saw from that group, because they played 2 pretty significant stints for you.
Well, I think one of the things that you think about if in adding Greg is that's time that you don't have to stagger necessarily Kyrie and Al. And so I think that's a positive moving forward. We still will some, depending on who we're playing and the matchups and those type of things, but I felt good about the way that Tice and Greg played together. And it puts Morris at the 3, which he hasn't played at all this year, but he got in the post and utilized his size advantage.
And speaking